Hello and welcome to a brand new Halloween edition of the Five Heart Podcast. I'm your host, Greg Mahachko. Joining me as always.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, you cannot do this. Turn on the lights.
I guess I can't be doing anything different for the Halloween show.
That's not
What's
different.
up? Hello, everybody.
Oh, okay. Somebody already said they hated my costume. The reason I'm a ref, I thought it was pretty obvious, guys. We need, I'm going to infiltrate the refs this week. We're going to get all the calls. I'm going to be throwing this every time UCLA lines up.
Well, that only would have worked if you would have snuck your way onto the chain gang.
Oh, I have my ways, Greg. Yes, Big Ten ref.
Too scary.
Throwing flags. I'm going to be throwing flags on you tonight, too.
That's uncalled for and unnecessary.
You already have one for being late.
It's not my fault. My computer is garbage. I was here at 8:50 trying to start the damn thing up, and it didn't work.
Do you guys know what Greg is? Does anyone know? Wait, what? Where'd you go?
What the hell's going on?
What are you doing? I don't know. What do you... Oh my
computer's frozen.
Greg. Okay, well, you're
this
not.
Is great.
You're not. You're still here.
I think my computer is thirsty.
Yeah, maybe you've just been doing too much lately with your computer.
Yeah.
He's a ringmaster.
The delay of 5 hearts, you're right.
Ringling Brothers, ringmaster. Somebody got it. Rostovsky got it.
I don't know if I go so far as Ringling Brothers, but yes, because this is my circus and I'm in charge. I mean, I don't do anything.
Your monkeys, but we're not your monkeys.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You just don't know it.
Here's the problem. I was going to be Dylan Raiola for Halloween.
I thought you were going to put that red wig to use.
No. Diamond Dave said, you can't do that. That's way too... Everyone expects you to do that. So I went with the next thing. I mean, I can't be Matt Rule because it kind of looks like most Big Ten coaches. It would be like, which one is he? But now Highlander I can do this.
Oh, but you're not going to, though, I hope.
No, I won't.
Highlander Gun says, apparently I'm talking, but he says I look like a drunk version of Captain Kangaroo. That's awesome. And I'll say this, living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart Podcast. Yes, the intro to the show is awesome.
It is. It makes me want to jam.
Fred Sacco with the Statler Brothers reference. Not too many people appreciate that. You younger kids, you don't know about Statler Brothers and Flowers on the Wall. You should go check that out or go back and watch. I believe it's a Tarantino flick. I want to say it is Pulp Fiction, I believe. So,
are you going to wear your hat the whole entire time?
I was thinking about it. I could take it off.
Oh no. What was that?
I'm burlesquing for the audience.
Oh,
that's what that is.
Gosh. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
That's your version of burlesquing.
I didn't say it was a good version. Also,
sick, Greg?
I still have the cough, cold, vocal thing going on. I've had it for about a week now, so.
Yeah. You sound like you're a little stuffy.
Thank you.
Did you happen to get the notes?
I happened to get them. Yes, they have been received.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Nope.
Why?
because they are not opening.
Okay.
My computer is barely functioning, doing the one task that I'm trying to get it to do.
Well, Joe Lileski,
Joe Lilakis.
He said that you might need to close your caches. I don't know what that means.
I don't even know what that means.
I said that last week. I think it means like you've been Googling too much.
I don't think I need to clear your cache. I don't even know how to do that. If so, do I Google how to clear my cache? Is that going to cause more problems?
I think it's going to definitely cause more problems. Don't Google anything during the show.
Clear
your browser history, Greg.
And that's
for all our sake.
It's coordination. It's coordination. It's Podbean. It's StreamYard. It's our Slack. Those are the only things I use in Google for. Chrome.
You're sick. Your computer's sick. We're having issues tonight. This is not the night to have issues.
It's fine. Why would now be not the time to have issues?
Because it's Halloween. We have a show to get going here.
So what you're saying is just because we have a show, I can't be sick?
Greg?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Throwing a flag on you.
That's
the
fine.
Second one already.
Call me Bryce Benhart. All right. Well, let us begin by talking about last week's very surprising game against the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah. Guess who was there?
It wasn't me.
Me.
JC says Minnie's way too smart to be a ref.
Thank you, JC. Wow.
It's way too early in the show for you to get a bigger ego.
Wow.
Choke over here.
I got to go to Ohio, and I have to say they have a beautiful campus. Don't go to sleep, Greg. Come on.
I found the perfect use for this hat. It's right there, right?
No, Greg.
Come on.
Sit up.
Can I do the show like this today?
You know what happens? You get up to 5 of these, and then you're thrown out of 5-part.
All right, first of all,
you have to miss half of the next show.
That might be happening anyway, based on what happened to my work schedule. So,
oh my gosh,
we'll talk about it later. Great question, Fred. Great question. All right, 21-17, Nebraska lost to number 4 Ohio State. By the way, the voting committee did not deem Ohio State's efforts worthy to move up in the rankings. They're going to have a big challenge this week when they face Penn State, who's number 3. Excuse me. But you were there. And yes, I want to hear all about because that's your first time at Columbus, correct?
First and last.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not a good experience overall?
It's fine. But I have to say, it's different going away, like being part of the away crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ohio State fans they love us. Do you know why they love us?
Because we are intelligent, Nebraska nice.
No.
Okay.
They love us because they do not view us as a threat.
Interesting. I mean, after the 56-7 loss to Indiana, I didn't view us as a threat.
I know. And I have to tell you, afterwards, they were a little pissed off.
They were pissed off?
A little pissed. They were a little... Finally, you got to see a little emotion from them. I mean, I happen to think that they're very, complacent. in their fandom. They are definitely not like us at all.
I also heard that, and I think it was Rostovsky said this Monday night on Coordination Overreaction. The 11 o'clock crowd is very different from a later kickoff crowd. So,
oh, well, I don't know about that. Everyone showed up late, and there were a lot of students. It's a beautiful campus. They have beautiful students going there. When I was walking through the campus on my way to the stadium, the church bells were ringing, and it's all like fall leaves just falling. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so picturesque and perfect. And when I got there, I was only like maybe an hour early. Maybe. Hardly anyone was in the stadium. I know, weird, right? It's
right.
like, okay, this is different. And then the only people that they seem to hate are Michigan.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah. So they hate Michigan. And even like, you know, when you go to a Lincoln game, everyone's standing almost the entire time. Like you barely ever sit. And that's not the case there.
Do you think, and I'm going to, it's tough to say because we haven't been there. We're not Ohio State fans, or we haven't been there in a long time. But you think that they're just so used to just beating the crap out of everybody that they're like, unless it's a big play, we don't really need to get up and, show any excitement because we're what is it? They say don't overreact when you score a touchdown. Act like you've been there before. And, for decades they've been. I think I want to say it was last week when John was talking with Ramsey on Wednesday night. Like, when's the last time Ohio State had a losing record? And maybe it was in the aughts, and before that it was like the 80s, like 2 in the last 40 years.
Yes. Yes. And I mean, I guess that is the blessing of not having a winning season for a while. Or at least going to a bowl, I mean. Look at that.
Mr. Raji, we're so proud of you, buddy.
Oh, my
that's what happens when I let you be first. So,
did you see those?
What?
Did you see? Okay, you let him be first. He was first. See?
No, I was in there at like 3:10 this morning.
No, you have to call first.
I don't think so.
That's how it works. And then guess who shows up second?
This is getting to a dark place.
Yeah. And third, look, Highlander gun. And then Fred Zacco says, who makes, what does he say? Rulings on this pre-show chat, the Big Ten refs.
Apparently it's this one over here.
Flag, Fred. Oh my goodness. That's funny.
Back to Ohio State. Fred says, nope, something happened. I'm frozen again. There we go. I think they were 6-6 when Fickell was interim. I can't remember them having a losing record as long as I've been watching college football.
Wow.
Let's see.
Okay.
Carl Penn says not having a winning season for a while, Minnie. Try 8 years of futility. That's right. It is. Nebraska has a chance to be bowl eligible. We'll get to it. We're not going to jump ahead too much, but I like Haas's way of saying it. It's going to be a long show because I'm going to like stop and breathe and cough every time. Point. Anyway, we haven't been to a bowl game since the Obama administration.
Since the iPhone 5?
No, we haven't beat Wisconsin since the iPhone 4 was new.
Oh. Hey, homie, what's up? My homeboy. I just changed just like that. What? Okay, so 21-17. Can I put up the stats? Por favor.
Yes, but before we do that,
January. Okay.
James Boardman says I'm late. Is that Sergeant Pepper and Beetlejuice?
Okay. So Greg, are you going to even be able to hang? Is he okay? Do you have a fever?
No, I don't have a fever. I just have a horrible cough.
Do you have COVID?
Nope, not. Probably not. I can still taste and smell things, and I don't have a fever, so we're good.
Did you ever get COVID?
Yep. January 2021. The same week my wife was in the hospital in preterm labor at 29 weeks. And I was in the hospital every day because I didn't know I had COVID. And they were taking my temperature every day. And I never had a temperature. Never had a fever. So.
You were in the hospital visiting her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You weren't in the hospital because you were sick.
No.
Like you're in one wing, she's in another.
No, I was over there every day visiting her. And yeah, they had that was could be misconstrued. They did the forehead temperature laser thing,
Yeah.
and never had a fever. It was when I couldn't taste hot sauce. Like I was like, all right, there's heat, but I can't taste any of the flavor. I was like, I want to go get this checked. It started with a scratchy sore throat. And I'll take some Yinglings. Actually, I have some Yinglings. We're good to go. But it started with the sore throat. By the time I did the brain tickle, deep nasal, swab, whatever, and that was on a Friday morning. I got the results in the email Sunday night at like 10 o'clock, and the next day they said, "Oh, the health department called or whatever." I said, "Well, when do you first remember having symptoms?" I said, "Like Sunday prior." Like, "Oh, okay. Well, you're off. Tomorrow will be your last day on quarantine." All right. It didn't stop me. Whatever. Anyway.
You went to the hospital?
Not after I found out.
Oh, okay.
Not after I found out. But again, I was there every day with my wife.
This is a very confusing story. You got to get your dates right.
On Sunday 1, I had a scratchy throat. On Tuesday, 2 days after that, my wife went into preterm labor with the twins at 29 weeks. Okay. And so I was there with her Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday until I got confirmation that I had COVID. But I was there. They were checking my temperature every day walking in and never had a fever. Okay. When I found out late Sunday night that I had COVID, I stayed home Monday. And then I went Tuesday to pick her up, but I did not get out of the vehicle, and I wore mask and all that other fun stuff. So anyway.
Well, Andrew Johnson says no moral victories.
Yep.
I don't know if he was talking about your story or the Ohio State game, but it kind of seems like it pertains to both.
Well, let's go back and talk because I was really enjoying the Ohio State game.
Me too.
And despite the loss, I came away with so many positives from that. Go ahead and let's look at the stats, Minnie.
Let's look at the stats, Greg. Where are those stats at for the game?
Can't see them.
You can't see them.
I mean, they're there, but we're going to need some help with these.
How about that? Is that better?
Okay.
All right. Better.
It's moderate. So Nebraska had 121 yards on the ground, but I'll tell you what, our defense stood tall because Ohio State, which can run the ball, we held them to 64 yards. They didn't have a single rusher crack 30 yards. They have, Will Howard, who went 13 of 16 for 221 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yes, 1 interception. He was sacked twice. He had a couple of big plays. In fact, two of their touchdowns were 2 passes that went for 100 yards and 2 scores. That was to Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith's big one. I mean, he's a freshman He's going to have a tremendous career for Ohio State. I don't know much about Carnell Tate. He had 4 catches for 102 yards and a score. But you take away those 2 touchdowns, like if the football gods liked us a little bit more, then we hold Ohio State, assuming we just wipe those 2 plays off the board to about 185 yards of total offense.
Yeah. And, one thing that I noticed is that we played all 4 quarters for a change.
And we were the better team. I know it sucks to be like, well, the better team has more points at the end of the game. But again, they had a couple of explosive plays. But if you look at the totality of everything, I do say that Nebraska was the better team. Dylan went 21 of 32. I don't think, a couple of those passes I know he would have liked to have had back. Our biggest issue, it's going to come down to, I know we're going to talk about it. Our biggest issue was all the damn screens, because they weren't working and they couldn't figure out how to, fix the problem. And I appreciate Matt Rule's approach to it. Is like, hey, they got good pass rushers. We're trying to get the ball out early, but you're throwing a lot of these bubble screens into areas that are clearly marked by defenders, and it just wasn't working. You had a lot of passes out to the flats and not enough shots downfield. They had the one pass to Isaiah Nayor that they ruled initially a catch, and then they came back and it was an incompletion. Haas and Jake were at the game as well. They said, "Yeah, it looked like a catch." I said, I was very excited for it at game speed, but when they showed the replay, it was pretty evident that he didn't have control of it, taking it all the way to the ground, and the ground helped secure it. So beyond that,
I'm just throwing this up here. Just because I had it and I thought it was important. But I think most people are complaining that they can't really read it.
No, that's true. Like, I have to go full screen to read it. We're going to have to figure out a way to
all right.
Better utilize. But we appreciate all your efforts, Minnie. We really do.
Well, I tried. Sorry, guys. Get your readers out.
Yeah, these are. Yeah. Pit Snipe Husker.
What did he?
He's like, you're fucking with us.
Do I get a flag?
Yeah. Throw it on yourself. No, I was so impressed with how the defense came out. I was exceptionally happy for John Hull. John Hull came out and he made sure that, obviously we want to score touchdowns, but he made sure that with his leg, he kept us within striking distance. It was 7-0, then it was 7-3. It was 14, I believe, then it was 14-3, 14-6. And then it was 14-9, and then it was 18-14. And I was losing my ever-loving mind. Like I'm sorry, 17-14. I was going bananas. I'm jumping all around. Probably didn't help the vocal situation here. My boys they were watching the game with me. They were getting all excited and they were like, "Dad, what's going on?" So I'm trying to tell them and teach them a little bit as well. For example, the touchdown catch video that after it got reviewed, they marked him just short. That was the go ahead score, and I was blew my mind. I was bouncing up and down. It was a sight.
So excited.
It was a sight. And then, they whistled it back and, said he was down at the half-yard line or whatever. And then when they actually punched it on the very next play, I was like, okay, yay. Couldn't recreate the energy.
It was really unbelievable that they took that away from us.
Yeah.
I was videoing the whole thing. And didn't I send you a video of it?
I believe I just said that you did.
Did I? Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Greg, people want to know what you're drinking.
Oh, what am I drinking? Am I going to get in trouble? I know sometimes you don't like me to play the song. You hate it.
Only because you're sick. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, great.
What's Greg drinking today? What's Greg drinking today? Whoa.
Whoa.
Last week on the show, somebody asked if I'd ever been to Schlafly in St. Louis. And so I decided I would get a case of Schlafly Pale Ales. It's an English style ale, 4.4% ABV. It is smooth, balanced, and copper colored with a mildly spiced flavor and aroma from the English hops, malt, and yeast. This English style session ale is a Schlafly tradition available year round. I'll tell you what, anybody that comes to or through St. Louis need to get some Schlafly beer. It is fantastic, fantastic beer. And by the way, I've got Yingling in here as well. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know how long we're going to be tonight, and I came prepared.
I'm just reading the back of White Claw. It has nothing beautiful to say like that.
What's it say? Here, drink this glitter piss.
The difference is clear.
That's it?
Okay, that's it.
Do you want me to read mine again?
No, it was beautiful. It was nice. I did.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's probably accentuated by the fact that my voice is what it is, and so everything that I say sounds just a little bit better.
It's kind of true. You do sound better sick. Maybe you should be.
Where's Linda Wilkins when I need her, man? I'll tell you what. She'd be having a field day.
Okay. Greg.
Yes, ma'am.
So John Hull kicked 3 field goals on Saturday.
He did a 54-yarder, a 47-yarder, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry.
Why did you steal my thunder like that?
Because I don't have my fan on and I'm getting warm.
I was gonna say you look like you're all bundled up. You have 3. You have a t-shirt on, a long sleeve shirt on, and a jacket.
It is. Permission to abandon the ringmaster jacket? I mean, I know it's Halloween. I'd feel bad.
Okay, here's what you have to do. No, I'm not going to make you do it. Never mind.
No, say it. Say it. I want to hear what you.
You have to wear the ring. You have to wear the ringmaster jacket. You could just get rid of the rest of your clothes.
I'll be right back, everybody. This is going to get fucking weird.
I'm joking. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do. Oh no. Oh, what? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No, Greg, don't do it. Oh Lord. I don't know. Okay, he's fine. He's dressed.
How you doing?
Good. Very, very good. Okay, and the other thing that we're going to say he wouldn't do it. It's Greg. Okay. Dylan can run.
Greg's a different man this week than he was last week. Anything's possible.
Well, who knew?
No, come on now.
Dylan can run.
I like our viewers / listeners / fan family. I won't do anything to chase them away.
Yeah, good idea.
You're welcome. I'm doing this for you, people.
I mean, you could get rid of your white long sleeve shirt.
Then I'm just wearing like an undershirt underneath, and that I don't know.
But then put your jacket on over that.
The jacket's what's making me warm. Something.
Okay.
You took off your. Tell you what, you took off your umpire hat, so I'll put on my hat without the jacket, and we'll be square.
All right, then I'm taking off my thing.
What the hell is going on here?
This thing. I don't like things around my neck. I don't even like things this like this. I feel like I'm getting choked. All right.
Pit.
Dylan can run 38-yard run. He ran like the wind.
I'll tell you, nobody was as surprised as Marcus Satterfield, apparently.
No, he didn't. He's like, I don't even know. But it is our defense that really did well. Everyone take off an article of clothes.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Come on.
There, we're gonna do this somewhat dialed in and buttoned up.
All right. Our defense is really what got us through that whole game.
120%, Minnie.
Yeah. They were fantastic. They were just so solid. I loved it. Okay.
Yeah. Can I what I like about the defense is that we got a lot of, I don't want to say we didn't have anybody that really like stood out. I feel like we got a really solid performance from everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And by that, I mean, Ty and Nash, I feel like they did kind of what they needed to do. Like, it wasn't their job to be in the backfield and get, a bunch of sacks. But, what we had 2 sacks. Jamari Butler, he had a really nice game. He had a sack. He had 3 total tackles for loss for 18 yards. And he was tied for second on the team with tackles. And Ty Robinson did have a tackle for loss, but MJ Sherman, and I mentioned this on Overreaction, is a lot of these TFLs or these sacks were just, they came at supremely important moments in the game. 4th and short, needing a 3rd down stop. It wasn't 1st and 10, and we managed to get into the backfield. It was at a crucial time when the guys had to dig deep and get the stop, and that needs to be addressed as well, because we did give up some big plays. We gave up a couple of big scores, but what kept Nebraska in the game, what provided hope, was the fact that the defense stood tall really when it mattered most, as far as trying to get off the field.
Greg, it's really hard to take you serious with that hat on. I love your enthusiasm.
Schlafly Pale Ale is smooth, balanced, and copper-colored, with a mildly spiced flavor and aroma from the English hops, malt, and yeast. This English-style session ale is a Schlafly tradition, available year-round.
Can I say something? Carl Pence is a Debbie Downer.
Well, I mean, if anything, he's
trying to rain on the parade. He's trying to be a realist.
He's a Carl, not a Debbie Downer. A cynical Carl, maybe. Like Carl's got the attitude. And by the way, Carl, we're just picking on here. This is all fun. He's got that 1,000-yard stare. Like, he's seen some shit. He's like,
it's like, nope.
You say that
our defense isn't any good. What are you, crazy? Have you seen our 1993 team?
Curmudgeon Carl. I like Curmudgeon Carl. I like, but he says he's not raining on the parade. We got the L. But I'll say this: we responded in such a way, because after the 56-7 loss, and I'm going to keep saying the score so that people remember just what happened the week before against City.
Yes.
This team could have folded. This team could have said, there is no hope. Fuck everything.
Absolutely.
That's
what I was expecting.
They gave the number 4 team in the country everything they could handle. They had a fourth quarter lead. They had a fourth quarter lead. Minnie, you were not in it. You went back and watched the game, right?
Yeah.
Did you like watch it like the Big Ten in 60 minutes type thing, or did you like watch the full broadcast?
I watched the full broadcast.
Okay.
As I always do.
With sound. With sound?
Like 3 times at least.
With sound?
Yeah.
So you would know. The announcers in the fourth quarter, when Nebraska took the lead, they said this is the first time Nebraska has had a lead over a top 5 team since Texas in 2009.
Joel Klatt. He was rooting for us, I felt like. Yes. And Gus Johnson. I feel like we
Gus Johnson wasn't.
You don't think?
No, Gus Johnson hates us.
I mean, I feel like every time John Hull kicked, he was like so excited.
It was really great to see Hull, finding some success, finding that confidence. But I'm gonna say this. I think Aaron Keene said it last week on the show. I'm not trying to call you out, but I will. We did predictions, and he said, I don't know, like 623-0, and we lost by 4 to the number 4 team in the country.
Would you like to see that?
No, I don't want to see it.
Come on, look at this. Here's what we have here, people.
Hold on, let me assist here.
I did this for,
look at that.
For everyone. Mm-hmm. That's
wow.
Right. Yeah. So these are everyone's predictions. And as you can see here, most people were way off. Rostovsky was the only one who got somewhat close. And he's not even close.
That's wild. Also, kudos to you for taking the time to bring this element to the show. My gosh.
I thought it would be interesting to see what we thought versus what actually occurred. Right?
I think that
Highlander, I didn't see yours. Oh no.
Did you miss one?
Oh my. No, I couldn't.
Hit Snipe Husker says I participated.
Yeah, I have you on there, Reeves. See, 3-2.
Remember? Oh yeah.
Highlander, did I miss yours? I am so sorry if I did.
So I'll say a lot of people were pretty dialed in on Nebraska's points at 17, but we're a little off on Ohio State's. I just want to say, I want to breathe, damn it.
I want you to breathe.
Yeah, I would like to.
Oh, I didn't have it.
I don't think you Chatterfields, this fan family, the community knows how much effort Minnie puts into this show compared to the amount of effort that went into this show, say a year ago when it was me and John and we like 5 minutes before the show. What are we talking about tonight? I don't know. These graphics right here. I didn't ask her to do this. She said she started keeping track of predictions a couple of weeks ago. And now we get to see how close everybody was. It's insane. I think
I'm missing 2 people's prediction. Now I feel really bad. I'll take it down because that's not fair. Well, guys, I thought I double checked it, and obviously I missed some. So I will do better the next time, I promise. Yeah.
But yeah,
I just wanted to show how far we were off. We were all way off.
I had Nebraska winning.
Yeah, you and I and like 2 other people had Nebraska winning.
But regardless, Minnie, again, thank you for all that you do to the show. Seriously. So,
Greg, thank you for saying that. Even though it's really hard to take you serious, you know, you look Amish.
I don't have the beard.
You kind of do.
I mean, not the full, like, not the Amish beard.
You
Hold on,
really
wait.
look
Hold on, wait.
like
Hold on.
you're a beginner on Amish dude. Oh my
Although
goodness.
if I put these sunglasses on, I may, and had longer hair, I may be confused for Slash. Now this is a look. I think this is a look I could get behind.
I don't think you could ever get confused for Slash.
I mean, you know, some elements.
I'm just saying.
This is fun. I honestly, I haven't had this much fun.
Because you're wearing a white shirt. Where's your black vest?
No, I actually, to go trick or treating with the kids, I was full ringmaster, and so I had like my black dress pants with my black braces. So I took them off. You said I could put on shorts and be comfortable. So
darn, I wish you would have your braces on.
I'm sorry,
because that would complete the Amish look.
I wasn't going for Amish, everybody. I apologize.
We'd have to change your name to Jebediah.
Gregadiah. More like Gregadiah. Hey-o.
Okay. That was funny. Oh my goodness.
9:43. Melissa was pro mini. Fred took a screenshot. He'll probably email that to me too. We can put that up next week.
Thank you.
And Londell says, Minnie, are you a convict? That's what it is. That's what it is. She has no other accessories. She has no other accessories or accoutrement.
Look, I have a flag. Londell, I have a flag.
Is that that's not an actual flag. I feel like that's just like a dish rag that you put some marbles in or something.
Yeah, it is the flag I made. And I have my end pumpkin, which you can't really see back here. I don't know why.
Your back is blurry. Your background is blurred out.
I don't know why. I have no idea.
I can't fix that for you. So, hey, football and stuff before I die.
Okay. So, Dylan defended Coach Satterfield this week.
I saw that. I did. I'll say this, for a true freshman and 19-year-old kid, Dylan Raiola is you're sitting down, right?
Why?
I just want to make sure you're sitting down. Dylan Raiola, 19-year-old true freshman. The kid's the real deal. The way he handles the press, he's not throwing anybody under the bus. He had a golden opportunity to be like, awesome. I'm kind of sick of throwing screens too. But, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, he's like, hey, you guys got to lay off Satterfield. Satterfield's not the one out there trying to execute the plays. Like we put a game plan together. It's up to us to get the job done.
That is so fantastic, Greg, that you are saying that. It's not just coming out of my mouth. You're saying that because it's true.
There is what I love about this team under Matt Rule is whether it's lip service, don't start with me, Fred, or whether it's genuine, there is honest to God accountability from the top down. Fred said, Matt Rule says, hey, the buck stops with me. Then you got Tony White or Mark Satterfield saying it's on me. We've got to make these adjustments. Then you have the players saying we need to execute. Nobody it is a complete 180 of what it was under Scott Frost. Everybody is stepping up to the podium and accepting responsibility, whether they need to or not. I think I think that fans and reporters are probably too nice to the team, the staff, etc. as it is. But I think the fans would give Dylan Raiola a certain amount of grace, for being 19 years old, true freshman, and let him off the hook to an extent. But he stands up there like a man and he says, we have to do better. It's not just him. It's Ty Robinson or Isaac Gifford or, any of them from this entire program from the top down knows and understands accountability. And that is refreshing.
Yes. Yes, it is. And Dylan Raiola, for having that kind of sensibility and maturity for only 19 years old, it shows what having him as our quarterback for the next couple of years is going to look like. We're only going to go up from here. So I just think, wow, it is so refreshing. So refreshing. One of the things I loved, I've only been a fan for like about 8 years since, we've been to last time we went to a bowl game. I know it's not me though. I'm not the one.
The Riley era? You would have come on during the Riley era, right?
Yes. Right
Post
at the end
Pelini?
there. Yes.
Okay.
So I've got to hear a lot of really wonderful quarterbacks explain things and really just take the podium and really do a fantastic job. And I think all the quarterbacks that we've had in the whole entire time that I've been a fan have been great spokespeople. Dylan Raiola takes it to another level. He's standing up for our freaking offensive coordinator. That everybody wants to what? No, don't blame me. What did I do? No.
Because we haven't been to a bowl game since you became a fan, Husker.
It is, guys, you really think if I could, I would get us there. If it was up to me.
Have you tried rooting for Creighton's football team for a week just to see how it goes?
Greg, you're not funny. I'm not rooting for anybody else.
Could you imagine if this show was like me and I'm the diehard Husker fan and you're like the, I don't know, like Arizona Wildcat fan or something like that? Arizona State Sun Devil fan.
Well, we don't play against each other. So
right.
That wouldn't
matter. All right.
But
let's
just say that I'm the Husker fan and you're the Illinois fan.
No, that would never happen.
See? Why are you putting stuff on me? I'm not the one that's going to change. You're the one.
Because I've been a fan longer, that
doesn't mean anything.
because I'm old and I'm stuck in my ways. I'm too damn stubborn to change.
That's true.
Aaron Keene with a great question. Minnie, who did you root for before Nebraska?
Nobody. That's the God's honest truth. I don't even like the NFL.
You inherited. There's a shirt somewhere upstairs that'll never be worn that says you married into this.
No.
Oh, I thought Diamond Dave was a Husker fan.
He is a Husker fan, but he wasn't really watching. He's like this guy, sorry, Carl Pence, but I'm going to call you out again.
Don't do it. Carl's our friend.
He's like that. He stopped watching because it wasn't even worth it anymore. So I was the fan. I'm the fan who's like, I don't care if they're not any good, but look at all this wonderfulness that they have, because there's always some magic there on the field. There's always something wonderful going on in Nebraska that you can root for. And I feel like
challenge that.
No,
I'm gonna throw
is.
Where I don't have.
You don't have a flag.
I have
you
a
can't
red
do it.
challenge.
You can't do it.
Oh, hold on. I got close.
You can't do it. What are you doing?
This is not an official challenge flag, but we were going through old Halloween costumes. I believe this is Matthew, my youngest of the twins. I believe this was Elmo from last year. So this is my red challenge flag, this Elmo costume. You find me something positive about that Indiana game.
The one that we lost?
Yeah, the one that we lost by 49
weeks
points.
Ago?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty easy. It lit a fire under our butts.
That's the only right answer. That is the only right answer.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad I got it right.
Yeah, you passed. You passed the test. It wasn't multiple choice or true and false, but you passed the test. So, yeah, no. Going back to the Ohio State game, I don't believe in moral victories. What I do believe in is marked improvement. And I said this, I'm going to pull it up again because I think it's worth noting. By the way, I'm not the best X user. We're 52 minutes in. I didn't even say we're live yet on YouTube, Facebook, and X, but we are. Aaron Keene, great one. A positive about the Indiana game is that they appear to be the real deal and are beating everyone. I think they have a real chance to be undefeated because looking at their schedule, I'm not saying that it's weak, but they have Ohio State, and that's really the only, what I would say, significant challenge remaining on Indiana's schedule. And I think we showed that Ohio State is vulnerable. But I want to say this. I said this, and I don't know if we need to dwell too much more on Ohio State. We've spent quite a bit of time, and I'm fine with it. But I said this after the game on Saturday. If you want to follow this show, which is essentially just me, but if you want to follow me on X for in-game conversation, Aaron Keene is there. He's great. We have some fun interaction. This is what I said after the game. So I'm going to say what I should have said last week. The Indiana game was a fluke. It was an example of how bad this team could be, not their upward potential. Today, I feel like we got about 85% of the way there. Yes, that leaves a gap of 15%, which seems perhaps insurmountable if we continue with some of the same BS we see at times. But I credit each one of the Jimmies and Joes for balling out today and leaving it all on the field. Control what you can control. The rest will get figured out. Go Big Red always.
And one of the things that we could not control were the play calls.
No, we can't.
They were atrocious.
You mean our offensive play calls?
No. The ref.
Oh, okay. The officiating. Okay.
The officiating. Yes. That is one of the things that is totally out of our control. But with Matt Rule and pretty much everyone in college football taking a little, magnifying glass onto what the officiating has done to Nebraska for the last couple of years, I think that is going to help.
And Matt Rule's got to be very careful about that because he can.
Oh, he's wonderful.
There can be blowback, but
no, you know what he said, Greg? He in one breath he says, yes, there were mistakes, but in the other breath he said, but I'm here to advocate for Big Ten officials. Like I'm here to help. I want to, nobody has it harder than them. It's really interesting the way that he kind of plays both sides. I liked it.
I think that was a very diplomatic, dare I say, political thing to say. So
he's very, yes.
Now, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time because Nebraska still had the ability to win this game, even with the officiating being what it was. But at the end of the first half,
go ahead.
No, ladies first.
No, ringmaster first. Amish ringmaster. Please.
I was just gonna say, the end of the first half, when Nebraska was trying to move the ball, and they were, and then you have Emmett Johnson, who clearly gets across the line to gain, and they give such a horrible spot, and Nebraska has to burn a timeout. That completely changed the way that the end of that quarter was going to be, where Nebraska could have, because so much time you ran off the clock. I think 35, 40 seconds, something like. I believe there was more than a minute after that, because a first down would have stopped the clock, and then they called timeout with 30-something seconds left.
I know.
That was an egregious, blatant error, and I was very confused by what was going on. But then we had to settle for a field goal when we were moving the ball down. So I don't want to dwell on the officiating. I think it's been talked to death, not just by us, but by everybody at Coronation, by most of Nebraska media, by Matt Rule, in a more positive light. But they even mentioned, I think in the telecast, the fact that there was a 23 game streak over 2 years where Nebraska did not receive one holding call, the benefit of holding call from the offense, from the opposing offense. So,
yep. Well, you're absolutely right on that, Greg.
I'm right about most things. People just don't realize.
But again, it's one of the uncontrollables, like you mentioned, and hopefully with things being mentioned, there's more of a look at what kind of calls we've gotten and what we haven't. Things will start to change and shift to being just fair. I have to say, you said, Haas said, and there's another person who said there's no such thing as a moral victory, and I kind of have to disagree. Because
that's because you're still a very young fan.
Okay.
You haven't been there for all the trials and tribulations, just the most recent trials and tribulations.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? I've been there for all the trials and tribulations. Basically, I've been a fan since we've been horrible. So that is not even... I will take anything at this point. I will take moral victories. I will take anything just to celebrate. And this is... Greg, I let you speak.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
I feel like going to this game and playing such a great team. OSU, great team. Nobody gave us a chance against them. And coming this close to winning felt so good as a fan. I walked out of there with my head held high and my Husker gear just like gleaming in the sun. Yes, I'm a Husker fan. Excuse me, get out of my way. That's how I felt. And I honestly went to bed maybe at like midnight that night, and I remember just like murmuring like positive things about the game and that day. That's how I felt. So I was on cloud 9. Even though we didn't win, it was a moral victory in my mind.
Realize I was still muted. So TSD says, okay, OSU was a tiny moral victory. I'll admit, thought we were going to get killed. Now, Fred says there isn't a moral victory, Minnie. I've competed as an athlete. I think many of us have. Even I can't breathe.
Do you want me to finish? Please. Even if I came close and lost, it still counted as a loss. That's how competition works. I know that, Fred Sacco. But again, we were supposed to, after Indiana, I came away after Indiana going, gosh, do I even have to go? I don't want to watch my team lose like that. And when we didn't, when we actually showed up and competed and we actually could have won. I was like, heck yeah. It felt great.
I think there's going to be a very small sliver in the Venn diagram of people who are going to appreciate this. But I think when Nebraska gets to the fourth quarter, instead of, doing, we're going to the fourth quarter, I think this was it. I think they need to do like this. And then you need to get a Ric Flair, woo, and a nice montage of the Four Horsemen all going with the Four Horsemen. Fred will appreciate that, the theme music of the Four Horsemen. Gargamel 91 says the owner of Yingling's a member on another Husker site. I have to meet this man. And we got to figure out how we can get them as an official sponsor of the Five Heart Podcast, because I'm pretty sure, I don't know this for a fact, but I have a feeling that I drink more Yingling than any other Husker podcast out there. So
I'm pretty sure you do. Yes.
That's my goal, is to, yeah.
Are you feeling better now that you're drinking Yingling? Maybe this will help. This is like a free advertisement. Drink Yingling. It'll help you get well. It'll help you.
No, because I still have this damn cough. I wake up in the middle of the night with a coughing fit every night for like the last week. It's great. And my problems are only going to get better.
Greg, I hate to do this to you, but guess what?
Is
it's
it
item
time?
number 2. It's item number 2.
Why does it feel like we're going to be here all night, aren't we?
No, we're not. We're going to run through the rest.
I'll believe it when I see it. All right. Hey, it's a great time. Remember, especially those of you who are viewing and joining us on YouTube. By the way, more on YouTube, but make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the Coronation YouTube channel, and many of you can help me out by pointing to the notification bell.
Is this it?
Nope.
Is this it?
Yeah, it's by your microphone. There you go. And ring that bell for notifications so you know every time we you could be like Justin Raji and be first. Although he wasn't really first. I was just very generous because I wasn't checking it. I fell asleep in my chair.
The rules are you have to call first, second, and third.
These rules are bullshit. I was there at 3:10 this morning.
They're kind of unspoken rules, but now I've spoken them, so not everyone knows, Greg.
Okay.
Good.
Can't wait for next Wednesday. It's gonna be wild. Anyway, when you ring that bell for notifications, you get notified. That's mildly redundant. Every time we prepare a new stream, or John's instant reactions, or if by some freak chance that overreaction is recorded and not live, or any of the other content, John's hardcore football history, all that, make sure that you ring that bell for notifications. And speaking of John, he has been dead. However, he has never been to Europe, and that's a shame. But he wrote about it, and we think you should check out that book. So you can get it on Amazon along with his other books.
It's a good book.
It is a good book, and I have my copy. It's over there, and I didn't take it with me to have him autographed because he would just look at me like I'm an idiot and call me a shit ass. There's that, and make sure I'm not wearing it because Halloween, but we do have some awesome merch at copycorn.com for Coronation shirts, the man-killing mastodons, the RTFB, secure your balls, all the good stuff. So make sure that you go to copycorn.com. I'm going to talk to John. Maybe we need it. It's about time that we throw up a new discount special. So a little promo. So we'll try to do that for next week across the site. So copycorn.com. Minnie, that is the housekeeping as it is. And we are ready to move on to number 3.
Injury updates. Ramir Johnson. Okay. Thank you. Sicko. Ramir Johnson's back. He'll be playing for at the UCLA game. He was on concussion protocol, so I'm glad that he's all back and healthy. And one of our Chatterfield's relatives is out for the season. Fullback Barrett Liebentritt is out with a broken bone in his back.
That sounds brutal.
I know, but Matt Rule said it sounds way worse than it is. It's nothing like major. So I don't know how a broken bone in your back can't be major. Sounds horrible.
Right.
But did you know against OSU, Ty Robinson and Elijah Judy both played fullback?
I knew Ty Robinson did. Because of the injury, and we were trying to do some of those goal line pops. So I know they had Ty in, and I didn't catch Judy, but I knew about Ty. Yes, ma'am.
That's kind of neat. Really impressed with that. And Malcolm Hartzog, he'll be out with a hurt hamstring. He hurt it in the fourth quarter of the last game. And Tommy Hill is still potentially out. So as of right now, Jeremiah Charles will be starting and Syer Wright for cornerbacks.
Fred says that Dylan is injured also. His Mahomes mullet was slightly mussed. Flag on the hair, repeat first down.
Really?
Are you looking at me or are you looking at Fred?
Fred.
Okay.
I see you, Fred.
That means that I'm innocent this time around.
Yeah.
All right. Let us move to number 4.
Let's do that. Okay, here's this guy. Chase Lofton will be visiting Nebraska on Saturday. He is, Greg, you remember this guy?
Yeah, he's the Miller South 4-star tight end who is currently committed to Florida State, I believe.
Yeah. But on 3, Steve Wiltfong has him crystal ball to coming to Nebraska, flipping.
Did you say crystal balls?
Crystal bald. Bald. How would you say it? BALLED.
I'm just gonna say it like that. Predicting.
Yes. And if he does come, that would be the 8th 4-star player that we have for 2025. We already have the 25th ranked commitment class for 2025. So we'll be moving on up.
We need to do that thing where we turn commitments into signees. So
I know.
And then get them on.
Yeah,
get them on field.
We do.
I like the fact that Nebraska used to have just a I don't want to say revolving door, but used to be a tight end factory, and we got away from that a little bit. We started losing some recruits to like Iowa, and Iowa kind of became that tight end factory. But I like the fact with Fedoni, Carter Nelson, Lofton,
and Bear Tenney.
Yep.
Remember Bear?
Nope.
He's the guy who plays for Utah.
Right. Yep.
He's a 3-star. He's ranked as a 3-star, but he's fantastic. I think his ranking's going to go up. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I like that we continue to, and that's not a laugh. I'm trying to breathe and failing. We continue to, as we say to my industry, fill the funnel. We're getting a lot of guys in at the tight end position, and we're going to see, like, we've seen Thomas Fedoni improve and really stabilize, despite the fact that he's had 2 god awful injuries. We're going to see Carter Nelson be a threat because he's too athletic not to be. I'm excited for this crop of tight ends that we've got heading to Lincoln.
Me too. Definitely. Are you going to live, Greg?
Do I have a choice, Minnie? I got them kids.
Okay. How was trick-or-treating tonight, by the way?
It was a good time. Yeah, we could have got so much more candy, but the almost 4-year-olds are like, "Can we go home? We're tired." I was actually, it's so nice today, or it was in the upper 70s today. So it was probably still in the 60s by the time trick-or-treating was done. And we got inside. I was like, "Damn, it's hot in the house." It was. I could have walked around the neighborhood more. But if you're just a grown man walking around the neighborhood by yourself on Halloween, it's gonna look a little weird.
Maybe. I don't know. Depends on what you're dressed as.
A ringmaster?
Then that's weird. If you're dressed Amish, maybe not. Because that's what they do. They walk.
I would have. I need the exercise. All right, Minnie. We talking about UCLA now?
Yeah.
Can I say that a Nebraska UCLA game was the first Nebraska game I ever took in live?
Oh my gosh, that's right.
It was
you
2012
at the Rose Bowl.
at the Rose Bowl, Pasadena, on September 8th. That was the T-Magic era, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember that gem of a football player. And Nebraska lost that game 36-30.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, they lost. It was a very long drive back to LA that night.
Well, that stinks. That stinks. Okay. Well, Greg, UCLA, yes, I have some stats here that I would like to show.
Are we going to be able to read them?
I hope so.
That's much better. I'll say that is just better? Much better. Yeah.
Okay, good. So
now, everybody, this is from this is from the game notes. So this is what everybody has access to, but only Minnie is going out and getting this data for you. Everybody shower Minnie with praise and appreciation so that she doesn't ever leave the show.
Oh. No, I can never leave the show, Greg. Okay. Ethan Garbers is their quarterback, and he is a senior. He's been there for 4 years already, and this is probably the best weapon that they have. He was Big Ten Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week, October 21st, so the week that they beat Rutgers. And against Rutgers, Garbers recorded both the longest pass completion of his career, a 67-yard touchdown to running back Keegan Jones, and the longest run of his career, a 42-yard highlight reel scramble into the end zone. So he can do a lot. We have to shut him down. And I also have one other.
I love James Boardman's comment here. Garbers has 8 touchdowns and 9 interceptions and has been sacked 18 times. I think if I'm picking up Mr. Boardman, what you're putting down is that our defensive line is going to have a field day. It might be like Shedeur Sanders all over again.
Ooh, I like that. Now they did beat Rutgers, so just keep that in mind. Okay. I know, but barely. And so did they barely. This was, I found pretty interesting because we're pretty strong in comparison to them. Yeah. Except for the penalties. Penalties, I'm not real happy about. Oh, wait. No, penalties are about even.
Well, and we've, dare I say, we have, talked that to death, but I'm to the point where I'm not even looking at the penalty stat because of, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to catch hell for this from not Nebraska fans. Like, he's just making an excuse. We're Northwestern fans. Whatever. We stumbled across this by accident because we don't know how the internet works. Whatever.
Really? Is this how they talk, Greg?
They're Northwestern fans. They're nerds. They probably do know how the internet works. If I say the group that didn't know how the internet works, probably be Iowa.
Oh my gosh, Greg.
But I'm going to put just a massive asterisk by the penalties and the penalty yards because I do feel like Nebraska's been mistreated.
It's true. We have.
By the officiating. So
we have, absolutely. And yeah. I mean, I just like our stat comparison in everything. So red zone offense was the only thing that was like, okay, we could do better, but I think we will.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this ranking comparison?
No, I'm disappointed by, our turnover margin. Our turnover margin prior to the Indiana game looks so much better.
Yeah, it did.
So hopefully we can get that righted. And it's unfortunate because Malcolm Hartzog's been a bit of a ball hawk. I think he's got maybe 5 interceptions now.
Yeah, so, he's been really great.
We'll see.
They say in everything you have to throw out the worst and the best. Okay,
so I wonder
if we did that, where we would be. I think we'd be really good in the turnover margin arena. I think we'd be way positive.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Consistently, we've gotten like +3, right? This kind of sounds familiar. +2?
Yeah, I'd say closer to +2.
Okay.
Yeah, the Indiana game just skewed everything. We go back to the Illinois game, because we won the turnover battle there. I think 3-1 or 3-0 or something like that. But we just couldn't. Dylan Raiola has a tight end that's wide open in the end zone and just overthrows him, and just a bum. That number 15 is a bum. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Stop.
April Fools, everybody.
Gargamel says +2 for the year is a lot better than last year. Yeah.
Gargamel knows his stuff.
I'll take that. Yes, sir. All right. Well, then we'll take that down. Unless you want it up there. Did you?
No, we hit it at the same time. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
All right. Is it already? I don't know if I want to do the skit this week, Minnie. Can we not do that part, or is it?
No, we absolutely have to. Absolutely have to. This is so imperative because I'll let you be the fun person.
I get to be Matt Rule?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do that before predictions, right?
Yes, we can do it right now. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Here it goes.
By the way, Fred says mini skit bully hunt. Like I'm dying over here. I'm not going to be able to get through this monologue. He's like,
take a sip. Take a sip. Okay. Ready? Go ahead,
no.
Matt Roll.
Okay. Yingling, the official beer of Nebraska Cornhusker football. I was proud of that team today. I was proud they didn't back down. They had some really tough breaks. They had some things go against them, even the way we started, and they competed. It's the first time since I've been here that I felt a championship mindset in the locker room, along with the championship mindset, as those who compete know, comes utter disappointment when you lose. So that's part's hard. It's hard for the guys, but I saw a group of guys, even at the very end, take the field, going out there, make one more play, have a chance to compete against one of the best teams in the country. So I thought they grew.
Very nice, Matt Roll.
All right, come on, Deshaun Foster, your turn. Just
how you guys
play it straight.
How you guys doing? Well, I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a part of this great conference. Finally, putting two great emblems together. UCLA and the Big Ten. We're a school that's won, 123 championships? So this fits us, being right here in this conference. Football-wise, we're just excited. I'm sure you guys don't know much about us, but we're in LA. It's us and USC. We I'm just basically excited, really. Any questions?
Husker Chuck, what do I have to roll on a if I get this, Husker Chuck, tell me if I'm right. Dodecahedron. Find that out. If that's the 20-sided die.
Okay.
What do I have to roll to never do one of those again?
No, Greg, those are fun. If you guys didn't know, that was Deshaun Foster's Big Ten speech. It was. Remember we talked about it a few months ago? How awkward it was.
I knew I was a nerd.
Okay.
Dodecahedron.
I'm writing down.
Oh, damn, that's a 12. Shit.
What?
Husker Chuck's telling me that dodecahedron is a 12-sided die. I need a 20-sider. I need the proper name for a 20-sided die.
All right. So, okay, now we can take predictions.
Hold on. Pump your brakes. We got a lot of comments. Oh, gosh. It's an icosahedron. A 20-sided die. Okay. Well, that's awesome. All right, we're going to clear out some of these. TSD says, I've been to Salem, Massachusetts, met a couple of witches and goblins. Good evening, fellow Halloweenies. Did anyone see Carricker's costume? It was greatness. It was.
Yes.
It was a blind Big Ten.
That's what I wanted to be, but he took it.
You needed the sunglasses and the walking stick.
I have those.
Why didn't you commit, Minnie? Even I have a staff, a walking staff that I had for,
That is ridiculous. Who has a walking staff like that?
I got it at Spirit Halloween. All right. It was the most mundane one they had. Sorry.
Greg. This is Greg. Okay. There's a row of walking sticks there. He grabs the one with the dragon holding, I don't know what, a fireball in his mouth.
Exactly right. It's a fireball.
It takes a certain person to choose that as a walking stick.
And I promise you, it was the most mundane option available at that time.
I have a hard time believing that.
Trust me. All right. Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart Podcast, says, did we turn a quarter or was that a one-off? I say, if I can go first, and I never go first. I think we turned a corner. I think we're going to see more of the Nebraska team that took the field against Ohio State and less of the team that even against like Purdue or Illinois, certainly Indiana. I think they're coming out of that Indiana game, like Minnie alluded to, because I challenged her. I said, tell me one good thing that came out of Indiana game. And it was lighting fire under this team to not go out and be embarrassed like they were. So I think we're going to absolutely see more of that effort, more. And I would say more of those outcomes because I think they're going to be more dubs. Yeah, I'm very excited for the final 4 games of the season. So,
yeah. Me too. Oops. Okay, I've been clicking away here because there's some comments about your staff.
Actually, that part kind of terrifies me. If they're talking about my staff. Melissa says, big recruiting weekend. We need to play good. I don't ever know. Sometimes I feel like the outcome of the game isn't necessarily as much of an indicator to if a player's going to commit to Nebraska or not. I think that it's the overall atmosphere. It's some of the pregame festivities, conversations, things like that with Matt Rule, etc. So, let's see. Good God.
I love it.
Shark Diver says, is Coleman going to transfer?
No.
I say no.
TSD, don't say things like that. Jeez.
I say no, but they're going to have to figure out how best to utilize him next year. Because is it going to be is he going to stay at receiver or are they going to flip him to, because we talked about this Monday night on Overreaction, and Haas and Jake both are of the mind that he's got the athletic ability. He'd make a tremendous pass rusher. I just don't know if, I think he wants to play offense, and that's why he chose Nebraska. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think you're right, Greg.
We get some of the more recent ones here. Fred says, Greg Barris' disappointment at attending the UCLA loss in person. Minnie, that's too bad. Here's a graphic. Shit ass. Let's see. Fred says, Greg Redball staff Mahachko. I guess
that's a good nickname. That's actually a really good nickname.
Better
than Amish.
As long as it's red ball and not another primary color. Moving on. Aaron Keene says Greg's a wizard. I'm not. It's not like a wizard staff. It's like.
Have you ever dressed up as a wizard? You have.
No.
Is it a dream of yours? It is.
No.
Okay.
No.
You sure?
Positive.
All right.
I have never dreamt of being a wizard or dressing up as a wizard.
Just seems like the sort of thing you would do.
Well, Minnie Hunt, I guess you don't know me as well as you thought you did.
I guess I don't.
TSD says Harry Potter wouldn't even use that staff. Again, it's staff is the wrong word. It's a walking stick. It's hip high, etc., etc. So, Husker for Life says, is the forecast for Saturday rain through the whole game? And Husker Bob says game weather's to be cool and wet, and makes a prediction. We'll hide that. Let's see here. Tony says UCLA has improved every week. Red says Greg's a wizard. He's a gizzard. He's a lounge lizard. Taking his podcast on the run. Oh, well done. Oh, he's a wizard. He's a gizzard. He's a lounge lizard. Taking his podcast. See, when I sing it, when you get through the whole thing, Minnie, you should have sang that. I can't breathe.
Greg, you're still 10 times better at singing than I am. Even though you sound like you're dying.
I am dying.
It's still better.
Fred says, don't show the recruits Greg's staff, for fuck's sake. Yeah. How to lose a recruit in 10 seconds. Hey-oh. Highlander Gun says, Greg would make a good dwarf.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
I'm a little tall to be a dwarf. I don't think
we don't know that for certain. Okay. All we see is you on camera. We don't know how tall you are. You could be in a small house.
I have met you in person, and you said I didn't know. Yeah, and you said I had no idea you were that tall.
Yeah, I could be even smaller of a dwarf.
How many of those white clouds? How many of those drinks have you had?
This is it.
Y'all understand what she's saying? She's like this. She's like, I've met you in person, but maybe I'm even smaller than I thought, and maybe you're much shorter than I remember.
No. I know. I'm just saying they don't know necessarily. Fred does. James Fordman does. Okay, a few people know. Never mind. Okay.
Fred says, weird, Minnie kind of projecting kink shaming as a wizard on Greg. What's happening here? Well, she did continually call our meetup location Kink Aiders, so never going to let that one go. So Highlander says Minnie could be a hobbit. Let's see.
A hobbit?
Do you know what a hobbit is? Minnie. Minnie.
Guys, I know what a wizard is. Does that count?
Minnie. Oh my God. It's one of the look, we got extra time because the show is only an hour and 33 minutes in.
No, we don't. We
usually go another hour. So we have time, Minnie. The Hobbits are one of the most beloved groups of fictional characters.
A fictional race of small human-like creatures.
In J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. And also, the book, The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you not know what a hobbit is?
I do. It's just, I don't really pay attention to...
You were around when J.R.R. Tolkien wrote these books.
Fantasy type books.
I'm going to wait.
Fantasy things.
See how long she figures. How long it takes for her to figure that one out.
Okay. Would you stop?
Fred says that Minnie, because of your height, you make him look like Shaq.
Really? Fred?
Yeah.
How did it get put on me? I was saying that you could be a dwarf. And then it gets... How did that happen?
Well, Highlander said that I would make a dwarf.
You would.
Y'all are wrong. Okay.
You would.
It says, let us throw things at her.
What?
Why? TSD in his best Minnie, I'm guessing his Minnie impersonation. I don't read books. Never liked to read.
Never liked to read.
And yeah, he's like, she had to look up Hobbit. You need to start reading Lord of the Rings. What a world It stands the test of time as one of the greatest works of fantasy fiction of all time.
Okay. I agree. Can we move on? Since we are here to talk about Husker football and not shame me for not liking fantasy fiction, please.
I'm not going to lie. It feels really good to do the shaming for a change because
why?
I'm usually on the receiving end.
This is your world. This is your world. Your wizard world. I knew you wanted to be a wizard.
Wizard world. See, I knew you knew. You're a little closet nerd because Wizard World it's like a Comic-Con. It's like a Comic-Con that goes to all the big cities. Probably been in Phoenix time or two.
It just sounds, I mean, okay, anything, if it has a W, just like you were trying to do, like cynical, Carl, remember? 2 C's?
Right.
Same thing. Wizard World. Wizard Wonderland. Is that a thing too?
No. I've officially lost interest in the realm of wizards now. Fred says Minnie's fantasy fiction book is titled Dylan Beat. So, all right. Well, hey, this is a great time to remind you all to get in your predictions for this week's game. Again, it's a home game. It's 2:30 kickoff Central Time, Memorial Stadium, Nebraska and the UCLA Bruins. Husker Bob says, what's the over-under on the number of screen passes? I'm going to go ahead and say conservative 19.5. I think there's a world where we throw 20 screen passes.
Oh, my gosh.
So, all right, well, let's start with some of the predictions. We're going to start with Mr. Raji. He was first, technically, and we'll let him be first with predictions. And are you writing these down?
Yes, I am. I already got Justin's written down, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, Justin's written down. Yeah. Mr. Raji says Huskers 34, UCLA 10.
Okay.
Londell says 21-17, inverse of the Ohio State game. We almost choked the game away, but find a way to pull it off.
Okay.
James Boardman says 17-13 Huskers. The last few years, Nebraska would shit the bed in this game. This is not Amber Heard's Husker team. That's a very odd reference, Mr. Boardman. Husker Chuck says Nebraska 27, UCLA 10. Gargamel says...
Go back. 27-10?
Yes.
Okay.
Gargamel says 27-17 good guys.
Okay.
Highlander Gun says 24-17 Huskers.
Okay.
Make sure you get that one this time. We don't want to be accused of
reverse
favoritism. Aaron Keene says 34-14 Skurs. Husker Bob, who provided the weather forecast, says 30-16 Huskers.
Okay.
Let's see. By the way, good to see BFOTS Josh Hansen in here. I know he's late, but he's got a lot going on in work and stuff, so we'll give him a pass. Fred says 31-10 Nebraska. 5 screen passes. Fred screaming at the TV, fuck your screen passes 10 times.
Okay.
JC says Huskers 28, UCLA 10.
Okay.
Highlander Gun. Oh, yeah, we said don't forget me. 24-17 Nebraska. Pitt Snipe Husker 41-17 Nebraska.
Got it.
Melissa 31-10 Huskers.
Melissa. Okay.
And that's all of them. But Josh says JC stole my score. So whatever JC put it down for
28-10.
Yeah.
Okay. Greg?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
You need the scores from the other guys?
Yeah.
So Haas has Nebraska winning 31-14.
Okay.
And Jake has Nebraska winning 34-13.
13. Okay. And what is your score,
Well,
Mr. Mahachko?
Clearly we know I'm going to pick Nebraska to win. I like what John Hull did kicking the ball last week. I'm going to say Nebraska 38, and I will say UCLA 17.
Okay, I have a question.
Does anybody else have that score? 38-17?
No.
Haha.
You actually chose the highest score for Nebraska. And that's one thing I wanted to ask. What is the highest score that we've had this season, Greg?
I'll be honest with you. This is not even the first time I picked 38-17. I picked 38-17 against Purdue as well. I picked 52-14 over Colorado. I picked 52-10 over Northern Iowa. I picked 48-21 over UTEP.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that we're supposed to have a quarterback this year. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Wait. Oh, wait. Who picked 40? Wait, somebody said they have 40 and 41? Oh, 40. Oh, that's what they said. When did we score 41? Against UTEP?
No, did Pitt say 41?
Who? What? No.
Double check.
Okay, Reeves. Oh, he does have 41. Yes, he actually has 41. Okay, you're not
keeping track of all this.
I am. I didn't see it. Didn't jump out at me at first. But what did we score against UTEP? Do you remember?
I can tell you. I have it right here. UTEP, we won that game 40-7.
Okay, so that was our highest scoring game, was 40.
Yep.
And against Colorado, we scored 28. Okay.
And we scored 34 against Northern Iowa, 31 against Illinois in a loss, 28 against Purdue, 14-7, 17.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to go with
Make me proud, Minnie.
This is really hard. This is really, really hard because I want us to do really well. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to say 20.
I'm Michael Scott. I can't help it.
1.
Oh, God.
Nebraska. 2-10.
I thought you had more faith in our quarterback.
I do. I just don't have it in the wide receivers. Okay. We'll see. I think there was one other one that I started up here. Yep, Joe Lakes came in with his prediction.
I shall repeat my prediction. 31-17 football win. 4-1 Black Shorts win. That's the volleyball team.
Oh, I like that. I didn't know we were doing volleyball.
That
would take us another 30 minutes.
I got time. I got nowhere to go.
Greg, no. We're actually doing this in under 2 hours.
Oh, we can't do that.
Why?
We got to give these people their money's worth.
Okay. Like what? Are you going to sing and dance?
No.
Come on.
No.
Greg, you're a letdown tonight.
I'm a what?
Say. Kind of a letdown tonight.
Well, at least I'm not a wet blanket. Which I have.
Is that what you said I was?
No.
Who said?
Nobody on the show is a wet blanket.
Okay.
Yeah, give the people what they want. I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to do this. We'll go to 2 hours. We'll go another 13 and a half minutes, but we're going to need $14 in super chats to just hang out. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to. Y'all are great. I'm not here to extort y'all.
Don't do that.
I said I'm not. I'm not going to do that.
Okay. I'll pay the $14.
Can you read this one? Can you read this one?
Just so I can keep going.
Can you read this one?
You're a moist blanket.
She did it.
You are.
She said the word. She said the word, everybody.
You're
welcome.
Especially now. You are. I totally agree.
You know what? You know what this needs? Yeah. Oh, shit.
You're crazy.
Fred.
What?
It looks like we're going till 11. Or we're going to the 2 hour mark. Did you see this?
Oh, no. Oh,
there you go. You know what? Honestly, here's the thing. I'd have done it for free.
Do you even?
Y'all are great. I don't think you know. I'm just going to shower some heap some praise on this group here. And look, obviously the most interaction we have are from the good folks on YouTube. But we have over 400 people watching tonight between YouTube, Facebook, and of course X. And I just want to say, like, I look forward to Thursday nights. This show has evolved from the very beginning in 2016. And there were times in the off season, Brian and I, we'd be like, I got nothing. You want to skip this week? Cool. And that's why, a few weeks back, we celebrated the 400th episode where realistically we probably should be closer to like 425. Well, we took a lot of time off that first off season. Because, so this would be the time where I can breathe the best, apparently, is I love doing this show. I love doing the show live. I love the interaction with all of you, reading your comments, laughing with you all. It is such an important part of my life that I do my best to modify my actual income earning work schedule around making sure that I'm here by 9:00 on Thursday nights to sit down with all of you. I'm gonna do my best for next week. I've got a 7:00. It's an anomaly. I usually am home by 7 now, trying to work on my schedule. So next week is gonna be fingers crossed, but y'all are great, and I'm not gonna get into everything right now, but just know that over the next couple of months, I'm going to be relying on the Chatterfields, this fan family, this community that we've built quite a bit. So I'm going through some stuff, and but I just want you all to know how much I appreciate all of you who turn out, even Raji when he snakes first from me, which is funny because I don't even need to be in the comments trying to be first. I was just messing around, but you're not just we had such a great time at the meetup last month. We can only say that for a couple more hours. We had said I was able to put faces to a lot of you and spend some time and not enough time. But just know, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every one of you who come out and spend time. I know it's cliche, and I say it a lot, and I say it this way on purpose, but you do have a ton of entertainment options. On Thursdays at 9:00, and I'm just so touched that you decided to spend it with us. Many a year ago, she was one of you.
Yes.
And then she promoted herself, so to speak. But the way this show is, it's a fantastic show. Minnie and I talk throughout the week in a lot of like pre-production meetings. We talk about how we can make the show better. The intro that you see now, all I said was, can we just keep the original music? But everything else, Minnie did.
Because he doesn't like change.
I don't I don't like change. But everything else, the theater stuff, so even like right now, you look and you see our names, and every Thursday 9:00 Central, and when I bow out real quick here, just so you can again get a little reminder of the background. I mean, this also always used to be just very generic, but I'll be right back. Don't worry.
Wait, I gotta leave too. Wait, I didn't go anywhere.
All right, leave. So, yes. I mean, it's just little things, We're always trying to make the show better.
We are,
and we do it for you. I mean, we do it. I do this because I enjoy talking about Nebraska football, and there's not a lot of people in Southern Illinois that I can talk Nebraska football with. Although trick or treating tonight, there was one house we went to, and there was like a stone in the front, and it's a specially ordered or specially bought stone.
Was it a Husker house?
It was a Husker house, and my boys are all up at the front door, and I'm hanging back on the sidewalk, and Dad comes out, and he's happy Halloween, here's the candy, and I was like, hey, go Big Red. I had my staff with me. I was like, go Big Red. He's like, yeah, go Big Red. So
Greg, if you would have raised a staff to me and said go Big Red, I would have probably ran the other way. That staff, I'd be like, no. I'm kidding.
But the coronation people, that we have that John has brought together, we're our own unique little group of monsters. But the Thursday night crew here, y'all are like, family, essentially, to me. I don't know if I express that often enough, but I'm so grateful for all of you who come out and spend some time with us, because I know a lot of you have families too. That's why we allow Josh a little grace, because he's in a worse time zone. So he's an hour behind, so he's got to spend time with the family and whatnot. So I just so much appreciation for all of you who help really make this show what it is. This is not a 2-person show. It's not me and Minnie. It is me, Minnie, and you. Like, you are the third member of the show. So.
They know. They already know.
No, Highlander, we said we're going for 2 hours, not till 11 o'clock. We want to make sure that we're very clear on that, because we got a late start. So quit bitching. It's not your money.
There was also another score given. Did you see that?
Of course not. I was too busy crying into my microphone.
Talking. Greg and his long goodbyes.
I'm gonna butcher this name. Hold on, let me take another drink of beer so that I can at least have a really good excuse.
Asawar Sajid.
Yep, that works. It says UCLA 28, Huskers 23.
I mean, come on, really?
Did you even read it before you highlighted it?
No.
Or did you just want to overreact to it like that?
Greg, I did not read it before. I just saw the numbers and highlighted it.
Well, that's all right. Asawar Sajid says UCLA 28, Huskers 23.
Okay.
Yep. Write that down.
Wrote it down. No, you're wrong.
Highlander Gun says $90 an hour. Buddy, if I had a job that made me $90 an hour, I'd be a happy man. Sometimes it's less. Sometimes it's a lot more. I'm very blessed.
Greg, what if you had a job that paid you $90 an hour just to talk?
Ooh.
You would never shut up. You'd be talking in your sleep. I bet you do talk in your sleep.
I don't. I snore. I can admit that. I don't talk in my sleep. Let's see. $90 an hour. So I can't really answer that per se, but what I do know is when I left terrestrial radio, I worked in a factory for 3 weeks. And not that, like I was able to find something that was going to suit me and my skill set better. But in the factory, I was learning. So I was maybe asking a few questions, but it was just a lot of do this in following orders. And then I would come home and I would just like this to my wife, kind of nonstop about everything. And she says, do you have a daily quota for words you have to get in? You've been pretty much nonstop. So
that's funny. I used to wonder the same thing about you.
If I had a daily quota?
No, quota for the show. Like you had to say a certain amount of words because you just...
I love this one by Highlander. Asleep Greg. Where's my free t-shirt, John? I never got a free t-shirt from John. I just want y'all to know. I've paid in full for all of my Cobby Corn shirts. So.
In full, not even on sale.
Oh, I take that back. I think I got one of them that was on sale. Because I said, hey, we should do a promo.
We need to do a promo again.
Minnie, I've talked quite a bit. Why don't you, for a couple minutes, wax poetic
what
about...
What I was doing is I was trying to get my video that I had to run. And I'm going to try and get it. I don't know if it'll do it. I don't know.
I also have videos that, I could play.
I know. Why don't you do that? Because we would love to see them, Greg.
All right.
This is...
Yes.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know. I want to do it so bad.
That's what she said. So I think I've said before that when I was up for the Colorado game, Minnie absolutely spoiled my boys. Got books and things like that. So I read Goodnight Nebraska every night to the twins, and they'll be 4 in February. And there's, it's basically it's a who's who or a what's what of landmarks and things to do in Nebraska. So, there's plenty of animals and fish at the Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium, and just the Museum of American Speed and the Gene Lehigh Mall in Omaha, just everything. And then you get into towards the end of the book because they go all the way through the day, and it's on the left page. Well, hell, I've read the book here, so a little refresher. Yes. It's Good Evening Horse and Carriage touring the old market, and then you have Good Evening Nebraska Cornhuskers score a touchdown. And so I got the twins. It was at a game earlier this year. I got the twins saying score a touchdown. So if you'll indulge me, we have the time. They're
so cute.
So this is Matthew. Matthew likes to sit with me in my chair. So here's Matthew saying, score a touchdown. And then here's Robert. Robert's got a little bit more command, a little more powerful voice.
Touchdown.
It's Gene Leahy. I'm going to fix that now. I've been saying Gene Lehigh because it's Lehigh. So thank you. That's the only one that I really didn't think I knew. So that's awesome, Husker Chuck. Thank you. I will tomorrow at bedtime. Those boys are going to get a re-education, and it's the Jean Leahy Mall. So thank you, Husker Chuck.
Good. Okay,
Minnie?
I'm gonna try.
Justin Rashi says, I don't know how I feel about Greg showing us his videos. I mean, look, I was wearing a lot more clothes than I am now. So I think if you made it this far, you should feel pretty thankful. I mean, you've seen all you're going to see of me, if that makes any sense. And I hope it does.
I'm going to try and share the video that I have from going to Ohio, if that's okay. And it's also with another 3-year-old. If it happens to work. It's not working.
What are you doing? Are you sharing your screen?
Never mind. It's not working. I don't know how to make it stop. Jeez. It just went away when I started playing. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
What?
I don't know how to get it to work.
Like this?
Time. No. Oh, wait. That's it, Greg. Whatever. Nope, that's not it. Okay, maybe it's this.
Are you trying to? Yeah, there you go. Click that.
Can I do that? Oh, there we go. Can you hear it?
Nope. Can't do it. Can't hear that. You have to upload it as a video later.
I think. Really?
Yep. It's all right.
Oh, well, get it out of there then. I don't know what I did.
I don't know what you've done either.
It's so cute. So I went, it was my great niece's 3rd birthday on Sunday, and I dressed up as Minnie Mouse. It was a costume party. And that was her driving me to the game. And she's in the back in her car seat going, "Go Big Red." And we're just screaming at the top of our lungs, "Go Big Red." It was so cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this. Do it right. BFOTS Josh Hansen says, Greg, I'm speaking first person now. I've wined and dined with kings and queens and ate on the streets with pork and beans, baby. That's a reference you won't get.
I did get it.
Do you know who said it originally?
No, but Mike Tyson is the accent, right?
Nope.
Then who is?
That's the American dream. That's the road, baby.
Oh, that's right. You've said it here before. If Greg doesn't, guys, I'm going to start like doing hash marks for every time Greg mentions a movie.
No, this is a pro wrestler. It's not a movie.
Oh, sorry. Have you mentioned any movies tonight? And I'm not the only one.
No, but I'll tell you what, I have not. But Kevin, who does some Nebraska ball writing for us, and we have been sharing movie quotes from the 1997 Jim Carrey flick Liar Liar for the last couple of days.
You and who?
Kevin.
Kevin.
I used to know his last name. I'll be honest with you, I've forgotten it.
Should we know Kevin?
Kevin's been on the show in years past, but
from Coronation.
Yeah,
okay.
Coronation.
Oh, Kevin from Coronation. Okay. Highlander again also said you sounded like Mike Tyson. Just FYI.
Sorry about that. All right. We have given Fred his money's worth, and hopefully yours as well, everybody else. BFOTS Josh Hansen says, everybody hit like. I mean it. All the cool kids are doing it. So please be that cool kid. Hit like. That's right. That's the road, the American dream, the world's second most recognizable athlete.
Why does he talk like that?
Because he had a lisp.
That's it?
Yeah.
He's not missing teeth?
No, it was a lisp. We did talk movies because we talked about Lord of the Rings and Wizards and Hobbits.
There you go.
So we're good. Write that down. All right. Ready to call it, Minnie?
If you are.
I mean,
you are the ringmaster.
I
The
could
Amish
go
ringmaster.
all night.
Okay, we're not going to go there. Thank you, everyone. I hope you all had a safe and happy Halloween. And go Big Red.
She about to do something she going to regret, which is hit that end stream button before I have a time to do the proper 5-heart outro.
Okay, go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Nebraska fans of all ages, we thank you so much for joining us here this evening, and we can't wait to spend some quality time with you again next week. In the meantime, in between time, we are here to remind you each and every week that 5-heart is all the heart you need. Minnie?
I already said what I had to say.
You got to say it again because my part always goes first. Don't fuck it up.
Gosh, you are bossy sometimes.
Only when you break the format.
Who knew? You guys thought I was the bossy one. It's not me. Greg Ringmaster Mahachko. Go Big Red. Go Big Red.
Oh, say it again.
Go Big Red.
Oh, no, you said it better the second time.